Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's time for more European Assaults 4. I'm Revelio Scalebin. Time for more Iron Curtain. Alright, I want my best goddamn armies marching down. Let's go. We're just going to storm over the Ottoman border and show those bastard Turks what for, eh? Another bit of relations over time guy. Excellent. Desperately needed that. It may be wise to swap over to military here because we have a military idea, and I don't think we need quite this much admin power, as much as I'd like to think otherwise. Yeah, right call. So focus on military now. 10 admin is perfectly acceptable, I think. Alright, we're ready. I have no diplomats to send, apparently. So, Provence. Still on that coalition thing, huh? Yeah, they're outraged towards me. With a positive attitude now. There. There. Alsace has left the military coalition against us. Like I said, every little bit I can do helps. Going to war with Kebab should probably be useful here. Take Constantii. They are allied with France. France will join on their side. Oh yeah, and that's why I didn't bother with the Ottomans. That means I have to pop the coalition. I either have to give up France as an ally, or I have to pop the coalition. And neither are particularly nice. Alright, you to Berlin. You here. You here. You here. Go. Fine, we're popping the coalition this episode instead. The only thing I can think to do. Like, I'm boxed in here. Which isn't too surprising, considering all I've done in internal conflicts. You see, that's why I just like to leave Kazan there. Just kind of, like, explode all over the place. Boost up to +3 stability. Excellent. Provence has left the military coalition against us. Aachen has left the military coalition against us. Take control. Good. Austria entered it. Spain's running out of aggressive expansion. I don't know how long it'll be, but they have to leave the coalition sooner or later. But, like I said, the good news is, with our bit of work around here, we've managed to get several nations to leave the coalition against us. That's probably not the right map mode. No, that is the right map mode. I just have to select myself. As we can see, there are holes appearing in the coalition now. Not the general I think. The general I thought, indeed. Nope. Maybe. There we go. I expect decent shit from a 70 tradition general here. Come on. On the plus side, it looks like, based on a severe lack of troops here, SA and the Hansa. Probably for the best. If I go to war with the Hansa, then I break the coalition up pretty good. Not big enough, I'm afraid. It's a small war. I'm still just on edge with Spain and the coalition. They're the ones I'm most concerned about. And rightfully so, considering their size. And one of the few nations that can actually practically oppose me. Unfortunately, I still can't get Great Britain's support. Mostly because of allies, with being Scandinavia, and me being allied to France, who I guess is their rival. Distance between borders, really? I'm just thinking of, maybe. Aggressive expansion's still too big there. Come on, Spain. You're down below 15A. Sooner or later, you have to leave this freaking coalition. And when you do, I will be unleashed upon Europe. Tuscany left the coalition. Genoa left the coalition. Patience is in my favor. Scandinavia is no longer a valid rival. Alright. I think that improves our odds. Excellent. Excellent. So, now in alliance with Great Britain. As the coalition now shrinks, it has less and less power. Venice is the final arrival. That was acceptable. 57. Good. I'm hoping Great Britain will have some power, which means a little pushing people out of the coalition. Intimidation. I don't think the remainder of the coalition will be intimidated, unfortunately. I've been trying real hard. But they seem pretty adamant, and that they want their coalition to stick around. It's a somewhat sizable coalition, so I have to be cautious of how I approach it. But I approach it by getting quality education. Or, quality education. No, that's the last one. Finest of horses. An extra 10% of my cavalry combat ability might be enough for me to be willing to take the plunge here. I understand that Great Britain will not be joining. Yep. But France is all over this. Before making peace in this war, I must remember to declare war on the Ottomans, however. Alright. To war with Europe we go. I'm expecting a pretty large force to sort of march in here somewhere. Like, that's why I'm just on edge. I'm letting them make the first move. I want them to make the first move, so I can wait. Northern Baltic. We lost 36 ships, no less. I call bullshit. I mean, I guess sure they had an admiral, but there's no way that actually made a difference, right? Alright. So where is your move going to be? You're marching into Wien? Very well. The die is cast, then! Get reinforcements there right away. Because the first great battle has begun. And I think both sides are going to heavily reinforce this. Just to make damn sure. Alright, that's a hell of a start to it. Boom. Alright. Cut them off, you've got them for backup. Good news is we start with this we started our fight nicely against this coalition. First battle sets the tone for everything. If things go poorly in the first battle, things will go poorly in the war. It's looking quite nicely for me. I see, so they're bringing a decent quantity of backup into that. That's fine. Alright. Regency. How does this happen? Like, my monarchs are way shorter lived than they ought to be. Can't get a general. Very good. Come on, get reinforcements in there. Damn it, now we're on the offensive. Not ideal. But we can overwhelm them in numbers. There. Figured sooner or later they'd have to break. It's a lovely start. On the other hand, with the hundreds of AE I've gotten, I'm wondering if it's time to perhaps give a little. Release Salzburg. No? Can't release Salzburg? Damn. How about Danzig? Danzig doesn't have... Yeah, Danzig has 2 cores. Okay. And the reason I suggest this is I believe as it stands, I don't know, I haven't tried it ever before, but in this case it may be reasonable to do. And I'm sure others will jump into in the comments and tell me what either I am a scumbag or an idiot for thinking this works, but on the internets I read... So yeah, I actually have no fucking leaders. Son of a bitch. Immediately, I need you. Now. I need more goddamn power. And I'm gonna need it for leaders. Sure, throw yourself at me, Brandenburg. You might be powerful, but I'm stronger. You will not win today. No. Rotate you out, send you into reserve. Now. I really wouldn't mind getting a goddamn general around here. Alright. I mean, I'm not going to be greedy. I'll take whatever I can get. Because whatever I can get is still better than nothing. Which is rather unfortunate. What? No. Go this way. There we are. Back up. Got enough cannons. Alright. Time to withdraw from here. Alright. They have 100,000 strong. Very well. I'll be 100,000 strong too. Hold the goddamn line. I've got the better shock general. They're even crossing a river. Unfortunately, they have 188,000. I have to be cautious of how I handle the next move. The enemy outnumbers me. I must withdraw. If they intend to keep doing what I expect them to burn. You know what? You can't do this on the offensive. On top of that, unlike you, I have the ability to fan out a bit, because I'm a human. Slightly more intelligent than an AI. Only slightly. Yeah. That burn will very quickly make people less interested in fighting. That is simply put not the kind of burn that you can sustain. Now, thanks to my fort positions here, I can go north. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and take reinforcements with me. And I'm just going to head north. A successful bureaucracy. I'm just going to march on them. Every goddamn turn. Now, if my understanding of how forts work is correct, there isn't a goddamn hope in hell that they can reach the battle in time. We're going to have to take a fairly sizable long way around, actually. We won. Excellent. We held the line. That was the plan. Okay, we're forcing them to run around. Again, this buys us time. What? There's battle in... There's a battle in Ostmark. I was unaware of it. I was too focused northward. I'm losing focus on the southern holds. Majority of the coalition forces seem to wish to remain in Strasbourg for the time. Yeah, we're not besting Brandenburg here. But nonetheless, I want them dispatched there and them there. They're going to come up here for a fight sooner or later. Looks like they picked Berlin. Let's see if they've got the gutso to make the first move. Looks like they don't. That's what I thought. Alright. Question is, do I have the gutso to make the first move? I want them to fan out a bit more so I can go on a pinpoint offensive. But that's not panning out too well. Bohemia, more enthusiasm's 44. As things continue. But I think we're going to be okay. So, thank you everybody for watching. Hell of a war, ain't it? So many people will die. It'll be the first war I'll lose in a long time. I will willfully lose it. I will release Danzig. Because I think that is an exploit that will land me success here. Thank you everybody for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Calvin, signing off.